Understanding Brexit Negotiations, a guide. Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to dive into an interesting and significant topic that has influenced European politics and economics for years: Brexit negotiations. This term might sound complex, but don't worry, we'll break it down together, making it easy to understand even if English is not your first language. So, let's get started and explore what Brexit negotiations are all about. Brexit is a shorthand term that combines Britain and exit, referring to the United Kingdom's decision to leave the European Union, EU. This was a historic event, as the UK had been a member of the EU for over 40 years. The decision came after a referendum, a public vote, held in June 2016, where 52% of voters chose to leave the EU. Leaving the EU isn't as simple as just saying goodbye. There are many laws, agreements, and shared systems between the UK and the EU that need to be untangled. Negotiations were necessary to decide on terms that would govern the UK's withdrawal, future relationship, and agreements on trade, security, and other important issues. 1. Trade and tariffs. One of the biggest concerns was how goods and services would be traded between the UK and the EU. They needed to agree on tariffs, taxes on imports and exports, and regulations to ensure a smooth flow of trade. 2. Citizens' rights. Both sides had to protect the rights of EU citizens living in the UK and UK citizens living in EU countries. This included rights to work, reside, and access public services. 3. Border issues. A significant point of contention was the border between Northern Ireland, part of the UK, and the Republic of Ireland, an EU member. They aimed to prevent a hard border, which could disrupt peace in the region. 4. Financial settlement. The UK agreed to pay a divorce bill to settle its financial commitments to the EU. This was one of the most debated topics during the negotiations. The negotiations were not just about politics and economics. They also had a real impact on people's lives, businesses, and the relationship between the UK and its European neighbours. The outcome of these negotiations has shaped the future of trade, security, and migration between the UK and the EU. I hope this video has helped clarify what Brexit negotiations are and why they're so important. It's a complex subject, but understanding these negotiations gives us insight into how international relationships and agreements work. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, please feel free to share it with others learning English. See you in our next lesson.